Hello, everyone. Thank you so much and welcome back. It's always lovely to connect with you. I hope wherever you are watching this video that you are truly feeling grounded, connected with all the good things of life, and you have put some things together for yourself to look forward to because that's so important in life. Today, I want to talk about how to utilize your angels for aid and comfort. You know, this program, this channel, The Lift, is all about providing you with resources. And yes, I cover the mental health aspect, the clinical, the practical. But if you've watched my channel for any length of time, and some of you have watched the channel for years, you know that there's an ever-present spiritual theme that runs through a positive spiritual theme, which is not to be confused. I want to be clear and draw a distinction. It's not to be confused with religion. I am not anti-religion. I think many religions of the world are beautiful and uplifting. Yet I've often written in my books that I'm of the opinion there can be an underbelly where religion can certainly be man's way of limiting God. I have seen that dogma really put people in places, dark places. So I want to be clear that what I'm sharing with you, these are themes, spiritual themes of positivity that can certainly be accessed with an open heart. An open heart. So back to the blessed angels. You know, I will leave it to you to connect with your vision or your images, what comes to mind when you think of angels. As for my definition of angels and how I see them, I just see them as divine, blessed, angelic helpers and angelic guides that are set apart from us, but they stand right next to us, ever present, ever ready to come in and provide the aid and the comfort and the help that, quite frankly, all of us are going to need at some point or another in this lifetime. And it's somewhat heartbreaking that it's just a somewhat underutilized resource. And I fault a lot of different channels, you know, the media. You also have some teachers or lecturers. They make it so lofty and so many steps involved that people feel quite alienated. Or how can I ever connect with my angels? I'm here to tell you it's simply like connecting, putting a plug. You see this plug behind me, putting a plug in a socket and just connecting. It's what you do. There's no elaborate steps involved in it. It's like a muscle. It's like any other relationship. Your relationship with your neighbor or your spouse, you know, it's a muscle that you use, and the more you open yourself up to that beautiful and blessed support, the easier it will be for you to access that assistance. So, just want to go into a powerful resource, a way that you can very easily connect with your angels. And this practice of just connecting started for me more than 20 years ago, and it's just certainly grown and grown. And I have to tell you, again, I think we live in a magnificent world. You know, it's beautiful. I always tell people ants and elephants. How amazing is it we live on this planet? You've got these giant elephants and these tiny ants. So there's miracles, beautiful things around, but there's also the underbelly. There's the cruelty. People do some really horrible things to one another. People can just be mean, and sometimes that happens for sport. And certain things can happen that can loop us, take us for a loop-de-loop. So your angels can be a beautiful source of aid and comfort if you will just get into the habit of calling them in. And I'll tell you what I started doing years ago, and it has just been um, a beautiful blessing for me, the same way you would receive a card in the mail from a friend. That's what this feels like. I literally have called on my angels for a good word, for a good word or a good phrase. And what do I mean by that? Again, there are things that can happen to you, and you will find yourself kind of flipped upside down and kind of just grabbing and reaching for something to help make sense of it, a framework. And a good word or a phrase can powerfully do that. I'm going to share a story with you, and I can smile about it now, but please believe me, I wasn't smiling about it then. About 15 years ago, what I thought was a good friend, that relationship ended, and it was in such a nasty, cruel, and vicious way. I had such a horrible energy that came to me. Things were said, behaviors that was just, as I've gone on to heal over these years, I reflect on it now and I just shake my head because it was so unnecessary. And I remember, if you can just get the visual of the wind blowing and a ladybug gets flipped upside down. I was literally flipped upside down, just trying to get my footing back, flip over so I can be on my merry way, and was just really struggling. And I got quiet with myself because I knew, look, you're going to have to get over this hurt. Yes, it really threw you for a loop. I called in my angels and I asked them just simply, I need the support. Help me with a good word. Give me something to chew on, a word or phrase, something. And I will tell you that same day, I'm going to share with you what phrase from my angels landed in my heart. And some of you hear me talking, well, what do you mean? Did you hear it audibly? This is the thing. And those of you who have really also rely on your angels for aid and comfort, you know that when that information, when they speak to you, it's audible, but it's audible through your spirit. They don't bash you over the head. It's not, you've heard me talk in my videos about dark influence. It's a very different vibration. It's almost as if you're being communicated with. It's a soft whisper that really enters your spirit, but in a powerful and profound way. And I have to share with you just it was a very simple sentence, couple sentences that came through my spirit. And this is what they shared. Sheila, you are hurt and upset right now because you thought you had a real friend. And the person who did that to you, they are hurt and upset now too, because they did have a real friend. You will go on to heal. And again, very simple but profound for me. And it was freeing on contact. There was something that after that came through my spirit. It was like the heavens opened up and the real healing started. And I will tell you why, to the best of my understanding. I look at it like this. Sometimes we can be so far into our lives, we cannot see the forest for the trees. But you have these beautiful, divine, angelic guides sent from God that walk with us with one sole purpose: to help, support, elevate, aid, and comfort. They observe us. They're constantly in that observant position, not judging, but observing. And there's certain things, and maybe you've had this when you looked at your children or you looked at a friend, you can see it so clearly. You know what they need to do. You may know what they need to hear, but they can't see it for themselves. So that's why that cord with the angels is so powerful, because the word or phrase that they impart into your spirit oftentimes is so soothing and comforting, because it's perfect, because they know it's just what you need to hear. And not just what you need to hear, it's given to you in just the way you need to hear it. I'm a firm believer that words are powerful, phrases are powerful. If I didn't, I wouldn't do the work that I do. So it comes in, and it quenches a certain thirst. So it's just a powerful, powerful resource for you to use, much like a book or a car. Food can be a resource. I encourage everyone, the channel is called The Lift. Access everything that is available. Access everything that is available to you. Because, again, like I said, it's a muscle. The more you open yourself up to the power of that care and that compassion, the more tangible results. I'm a results driven person. Yes, I love my YouTube channel. I do a lot. I'm a businesswoman, I'm a mom. So everything has to make sense. Everything that I give my time to, everything that I give my heart to, my energy to, I like results and positive results. And I'll tell you, start using that practice, you're going to see your results. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll connect with you soon.